I've created the most difficult competitive format in all of League of Legends, simply titled the Bronze Theory Crafting League. The rules are simple. 10 unlucky souls are picked over on my Twitch chat at twitch.tv/scooch to compete for a chance at glory. 3 minutes before the game starts, I tell the contestants the exact build that everyone has to follow to a T. No ifs, ands, or buts. It is now up to the two teams to devise a strategy and theory craft a comp based on the exact build. On the last episode, we did pure attack speed and got some relatively shocking results. Renata ultimate forcing them to beat each other's ass. Oh my god, Akshan finding the angle they do not body block. But this time around, I really wanted to challenge everyone to use their brain to their maximum potential. So I created quite possibly the hardest build in all of League of Legends. That's right, 6 active items. From speed-ups to slows to cleanses and shields, this build has it all. Before you even watch the game, I want you to pause the video and tell me which champion would work best. It's a pretty hard build, and honestly, even I would struggle coming up with a champion that can use this build at its maximum potential. So I really want to see if any of you can figure it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell as well so that you don't miss a banger like this one. Last time I checked, we only have about 15% of people who have rang the bell so far, so let's get that number up so that you guys don't miss a banger like this one. Now let's jump into the game. Gamers, it's officially time to welcome everyone back into the Schoolog for another round of the League of Legends Bronze Theory Crafting League. So what we're gonna do this time is an entirely new build that is going to question not only your skill, not only your stamina, not only your memory, but also your patience. On top of that, this is the first episode of the Theory Crafting League where your keystone is locked. I'm sorry. I know some of you want to do fun builds with fun keystones. You can't, because this time you're all going Predator. Every single person in the game has to go Predator. Now let me show you guys what today's build is so that you can know why I said this will be the hardest Schoolog to date. Let me show you. You have to build this exact build in this exact order. Junglers can get smite and support can get support item. That's the only people who can deviate. No Dorans, none of that. You have to build this build in this order. Okay? 6 active items, baby! It is 6 active items. You got Predator shoes. You got Chem Tank. You got Gargoyle Stoneplate. You got Randuins. You have a Mikhail's. And finally, you got a Zanya's. When I said that this is gonna be difficult, I meant it. Because this basically is doubling the amount of things you gotta do in your game. Don't forget that I say that this game will also test your patience. Because if you don't think about it, and if you don't choose the right characters, it really feels like nobody's gonna fucking die, like ever. Okay, we got Rel, not a bad pick. Set seems fucking powerful. Mordekaiser, banger pick. Malphite seems like he would be fun because there is a ton of armor. We got Volibear, he scales like an absolute madman. Let's see. These are so far, none of these choices are somebody I would have thought of, but they're very good choices. The Mordekaiser is like the most surprisingly good one. A Vayne, I've always thought that there would be a Vayne. Vayne seems like she would just be good into percentage health, right? Even though she can't necessarily build attack speed. Gnar would be insane with his W. And so would Amumu. Oh my god. These are some very good picks. Already stunned. And a Fiora. Holy shit. No way, dude. This is such smart theory crafting, bro. It's so good. No Cho. Yeah, no Cho. That's a surprise. I felt like there would be a Cho. I really did feel like there would be a Cho. So we got a jungle Set versus a jungle Amumu. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of surprised. But who else would be the jungler, right? Of course, jungler starting with jungle items. That's a given. We got a Set versus an Amumu. Both of them dealing a decent amount of damage in this particular scenario. Are pots allowed? We're gonna play this like California. No pot bin. Volibear's support is not something I would have guessed in a million years. I figured the Volibear would go somewhere else. I probably figured it'd be Volibear jungle Amumu support, especially with the changes they made to Amumu's Q recently. Oh, that Amumu bandage! Cheddar almost lands it! Doesn't get it the first time around, was thinking about going for the second, but ends up not doing it. We got Amumu going for the early Rift Scuttler, so that he could take it from the set and maybe go for a gank mid. Cheddar is on a roll right now. Oh, and hidden player, oh my god. Oh my goodness! They got a kill off of that! He survives with 10 health, but Malphite flashes in and says, no the fuck you don't, you little monster, and punches him right in his goddamn brain. Bot lane continuing to play the patient game, slowly pushing in. Vayne scaling as she does. Vayne is opting to level up the Q early, as Vaynes normally do. A very potent gank coming. A very, very potent gank coming. That Volibear was CC'd for about 3 days. The Volibear dies on quite possibly the last tick of the Ignite. Poor Volley. Getting actually CC'd for about 47 minutes. He was CC'd before I started stream, came back, it just finished. Wow, amazing. Malphite with them at the dragon, a possible dragon fight, going to pop off sooner than later, and Malphite sitting on that ultimate, which can be so game-changing if used correctly. The blue team pushes them out. Volibear landing that Thunderstrike on all but 3 people, aka just one guy, the Rel. Theo pushes out the Morty. Unfortunate for Morty. She used her ultimate there. We didn't get to see the fight. But she did push out the Morty there. The dragon skirmish leads to nothing. Nobody goes for the dragon now. Junglers continuing to farm up. So at the current state of the game, the set does have a bit more combat stats than the Amumu does. Looking at the team comp, oh, they're fighting in the death realm. Mordekaiser decides that he has had enough of the bullying. Fiora running out of mana. Mordekaiser staying in. He has a combat summoner, but it is down. Is Mordekaiser going to win off the passive alone? It seems like he is doing very, very well. Very potent for the Mordekaiser to go for that. Unfortunately, does not get the W there. Fiora has her teleport, so she might be able to come out on top here. One AoE CC ability leads into 2 AoE CC abilities, leads into another flash punch, which leads into an Amumu secondary bandage toss. The mid lane is just going terrible for hidden player. That Gnar actually playing it right and escaping, but there is just too much CC that he unfortunately cannot escape from. So Set going in for yet another gank. Rel trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, the gank goes Ahri there again. Fiora almost gets a kill on the Mordekaiser. Amumu fighting in the wave. Amumu Cheddar backs off. I feel like Amumu could have probably made things happen there had it not been for her ulting him in general. Oh god, Chandler getting bodied by the minions. They're going for the Rift Herald. Malphite has his ultimate up, so he's looking for a way to find the angle. Unfortunately for Malphite, he has no prio here. He has the right heart looking at the Rift Herald, but his team did opt to go for the dragon instead, whereas the blue side goes for the Rift Herald, hopefully able to use that to maybe break some turrets and continue to push this tiny gold lead into their favor. Mordekaiser insta-ults the Set to balance out the game. Mordekaiser is fighting like hell in there, but he might not be able to get this kill. He might not be. The Set actually ults out and survives by the skin of his teeth. Uses his ghost to just sprint out of there like a bat out of hell. We are sitting on 6 chem tanks, 4 chem tanks on the red side, and only 2 chem tanks on the blue side. It looks like the blue side is starting to build a gold lead just by strategic advantage, by the Amumu continuing to make these big plays. Cheddar Bomb almost shooting himself. That is a reference to 8 Mile, a movie that was made when Eminem was still cool. Sergeant Malarkey taking a turret shot, not the biggest deal in the world, because as we all know, everyone's a goddamn tank. Gnar getting caught in the middle of the jump. There is nothing that Hidden Player can do. Just getting focused down again and again. The Herald was just used topside. The Herald was used after 14 minutes, meaning they didn't get to use it for what it's necessarily used for all the time. AKA the Herald is always used to get plating. It did end up getting the first tower, but it didn't get the free plates that they would have gotten had they used it before the 14 minutes. An unfortunate Herald play, but they still get gold off the map. Blue team continues to build a gold lead, and Fiora using that chem tank beautifully. Fiora takes 2 turret shots. Again, not the biggest deal in the world. Cheddar just refusing to miss. He's refusing to miss. Cheddar doesn't miss. What is this, my YouTube channel? Cheddar's skill shots have been bangers. Everything Cheddar has put out has been top tier and worthy of subscribing and ringing the bell and setting all notifications onto. Just like my YouTube channel. Just proving that he can make someone sadder than a moo-moo. And there we see the chem tank used and the ghost used and the Predator used. No, it was no Predator. He just ran him down. Gnar, unfortunate everywhere Gnar goes. Everywhere the Gnar goes, he is getting Malphite ulted. Now, this is going to be an interesting fight because who wins? The Fiora using her Predator, running in with the chem tank, and evening the matchup. Evening the matchup. Unfortunate the Malphite does not have a way to escape. He does not. They're too sticky. They are unfortunately too sticky. It looks like the Volibear was caught out, but then not actually. The Amumu landing an ultimate, but it doesn't do as much as he may have hoped. However, the blue team rotates so fast and turns this right around. Blue team is just on the same page. Unfortunate for them. Unfortunate for the red team, I mean. The blue team just seems to be on the same goddamn page. They're not even just on the same page. It looks like they're reading the same goddamn paragraph right now. Whereas the red team are in the same series, but probably 2 books apart. Blue team secures their first dragon on the map. Mordekaiser just getting stronger and stronger, able to stand his ground with the Fiora, and Amumu coming in to try to save the Morty, and he does! Cheddar being the unsung hero! Malphite comes in, lands the full ultimate, they're unable to kill the Malphite because at this point of the game, Malphite is sitting at a staggering 177 armor, lest he triggers his W. Ridiculous game we're watching. He doesn't have the armor. He doesn't have the mana to keep fighting, which is unfortunate. And one of the worst things about Malphite in this particular game is there's not a lot of things to replenish his mana, right? Except for the Mikhails, which I could imagine has some sort of mana regen because it's a support item. It might, right? But that's way later down the line. Cheddar just keeps popping off. Oh my goodness. And Amumu's so good that I'm about to start crying. Cheddar looking to bandage tosser under the tower. Not enough. The Fio chases him down. Overlord Duck sitting at 5-1. Mordekaiser sitting at... Or not Mordekaiser. Malphite sitting at 294 armor if he procs his W, which is very, 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 very good. His W is also dealing an added 101 physical damage and 81 per cleave due to all the armor and MR that he is building. Malphite becoming an absolute monster, but Cheddar is probably the hero of the show right now, doing so much as that little mummy, trying to run away, but they're able to peel for Cheddar. Cheddar using his Gargoyle Stone Plate, almost surviving. Unfortunately, not enough. There we go. Malphite with the ultimate over the wall! With the ultimate over the wall, trying to make something happen. And then the set clobbering the Amumu into the team. Oh my goodness. The health bars, they seem to be moving, but not really. Is the red side going to be able to win this fight? It looked good, and then it looked doomed, and then it looked good yet again. And we are currently seeing the red team quite possibly losing this fight even after such a great engage. The Rel is chasing down the Vayne, but decides to turn and start jumping onto the Gnar instead. Gnar is chasing down Vayne now, and it's going to be a support royale! No way in hell! Does Gnar chase this? Does he chase this? Gnar seems to have nothing up. He has no Predator. He has no Stone Plate. He has no Chem Tank. He can't do anything about it. He wants to kill her so bad, but he lets her go. He didn't want to, but he had to let her go. Unfortunate. Getting their second Drake here, it seems like, unless the Amumu can come in and make something happen. Oh my god! The Amumu steals the dragon that the blue team painstakingly used all of their energy for and resources, and the red team, oh my god, the Amumu Cheddar, the unsung hero Cheddar 6, stealing the dragon, pushing the pace, and doing everything in his power to make things work. One of the scariest things about this build, by the way, as I'm sure you're all starting to notice, is that fights don't stay uneven for long, because people have so many speed ups that they could get there in half a second. Now, will the Set and the Gnar be enough to turn this fight around? Gnar and Set are doing business. Malphite, unfortunately, running out of mana yet again. Gnar's Q does not land there, unfortunate for him. He jumps in, gets a W off. Holy shit, Hidden Player is making things work. And just like that, the blue team swaps it around. Hidden Player and off meta popping absolutely the fuck off. And now the blue team goes for the slowest, quite literally the slowest Baron in history. Blue team is doing everything in their power to burst it down, and they're able to. And it only took them about 47 minutes. Mordekaiser is just a menace. He had a very hard early game, but it seems like he's just a menace. He has his W up. He does not have his W. He did not have his W. Oh my goodness, it's such a bloody game. Vayne auto-attacking the Gnar, but the shield countering. And Gnar getting stunned by about 47 days. Oh my god, Gnar gets stunned. Volibear ulting to disarm the tower. Not like it matters, because nobody is taking any damage this game. It is just a slow, arduous, long, big brain fight. I am genuinely, oh my god! Malphite with the two-man ultimate! Trying to make something happen. Volibear stopping the tower. Fiora coming in at Mach 10. Gnar lands a three-man Mega Gnar ultimate. Fiora trying to run down the Vayne, and she is able to do so because all of her team is behind her. Vayne sprinting, but unfortunately there are slows on just about every champion in this game. She gets clipped by the boomerang at the very end. The Set does a lot of physical. Fiora a lot of physical. Vayne a lot of physical. It seems like if they can just get the Randuins, the red side is going to start becoming bigger and bigger problems. So Mumu landing a beautiful ult under the tower, and Volibear taking that like a fucking challenger. Tanked it until the last minute, but unfortunately gets jumped on. Volibear is unable to survive there. However, he does his job and helps them pick up some kills. Blue team gets their second dragon. It's 2 Drakes to 2 Drakes. Vayne using the Gargoyle Stone Plate Set, stopping the Vayne Blast Cone over, and then dumpstering the Vayne. Malphite doing his damn near best to keep the game in his favor. Unfortunately, he is unable to keep that tower alive. Fiora starting to immediately sprint away. Is she going to be able to outrun the Vayne is the question. And slowly but surely the Fiora will go down. It only took about 2 to 6 business days, but surely enough, she goes down. Set gets caught out. What will happen here? Will Set be able to make something happen? Set dunks the Gnar. Unfortunately hits none of, dunks the Amumu. Unfortunately hits none of the Amumu's teammates with it. Blue team is just cleaning house here, though. The name of the game here is numbers. If you get caught out in this game, you're fucked, right? And you'll always be caught out because everyone has not 1 but 2 speed ups. And some characters have 3, right? So being caught out in this particular game is like a death sentence. As it currently stands, it seems like the blue team is running away with it, sitting on a 10,000 gold lead. Amumu running in, seeing if he could make something happen off of this. Amumu's W is enough to burn down the Baron. He is baiting them to attack near him, it seems. And the Amumu is just going to try to steal this. And Amumu steals it! Cheddar steals it and goes over the wall! Oh my goodness, Cheddar! Oh my goodness, Cheddar! Saying no way in hell am I going to let you guys run away with my game. Cheddar is being an absolute demon, but he gets out. Just barely he gets out. If the Volibear doesn't survive this, it might be a problem. Mordekaiser continuing the split push. It may be too late. Mordekaiser needs to back, but the Rel can stop the Mordekaiser from backing. The Vayne is going to spawn, but is it going to be enough? Unfortunate that the Mordekaiser may have thrown this game for trying to split push. It's unfortunate, but it may in fact be too late for the Mordekaiser. Wow. Cheddar, nope, Cheddar again. Doing the patented Cheddar technique, saying, no the fuck, you will not beat me. And keeping the game alive. Red team, not even sneakily, just beelines it straight to the dragon. Red team gets it. Does Rel have a way to get over the wall is the question. Her flash is down. When does her abilities come up? Oh my goddamn goodness. She was CC'd for so long. Mordekaiser and Fiora kind of trading free deaths here to see if they can make something pop off. Mordekaiser does get a tower here though. Mordekaiser does get a tower, lands an E, gets ulted, gets single target ulted, and is still fighting. Mordekaiser uses his stone plate. He used his stone plate. Did Mordekaiser not use his stone plate? Mordekaiser not using his stone plate there. Okay. Meanwhile, Fiora uses just about everything except for the Randuins. Vayne going for what might be a big play here, but getting caught out by Vayne, and then Malphite jumping onto the enemy Vayne. However, get this, the enemy Vayne gets completely destroyed here because she has to take the brunt of the Malphite's E, which makes her attack at half the speed. However, it may not be enough. Vayne gets out almost. She does not. She does not. Vayne is absolutely held down. Absolutely held down and unable to auto attack for the duration of that fight. Fiora making a statement here, while Cheddar does his absolute best to keep them occupied for just a second longer so that the red team can go and defend. Mordekaiser almost getting caught out. It seems like it might take them so long to kill the Mordekaiser that it will give the team the ability to spawn back up. Mordekaiser using his gargoyle? Mordekaiser using his gargoyle here? I don't know if it's a bug, but Mordekaiser not using the gargoyle ever. Gargoyle, no, he does not use the gargoyle. He does not use it. Again, I said that this is the hardest build ever made, and that's because there's 6 active items, all of them independently doing their own thing that can and will make or break your game. Blue team is almost pushing it in, but it is taking them so long to kill a single enemy that they are unable to even auto attack the tower. Red team is surviving. They are surviving this. That took so long for them to kill the set. Volibear is being a menace here. He's healing so much off of the nibble. He is still alive. He's still biting. He's still going around. He's chomping. He's getting some free nibbles off. The Fiora survives. She still has a Mikhail's. The Volibear has a Randuin's if he needs to catch her down. We just saw some Vayne on Vayne violence for just a split second. And Theo insta-W's the Malphite ultimate. Oh my god. Overlord Duck versus Cheddar in the play of the games right now. They're fighting. They are heavily fighting for play of the game. Cheddar unfortunately is dead. The problem with this game is that Mordekaiser, aka the only person that can counter the Fiora's healing, is not fighting where the Fiora is. And therefore there is literally zero reason for the Fiora to not just keep fighting and healing up. There is the Volibear, so the Volibear can try, but it seems like if the Mordekaiser just tried to match the Fiora, they'd actually have a shot. Blue team winning the game. Winning the game. Quite possibly the longest and most arduous game of League of Legends we have ever seen. When it comes to theory crafting games like this one of the most important things to think about is, are they going to have sustain? And if they do, you need to bring Ignite. That Mord did throw the game. I don't want to point fingers, but the Mord threw the game a little bit.